A vast expanse of evergreen jungle as far as the eyes can see. A series of rolling hills with blue mountains in the distance. This is the National Park. The National Park, which covers parts of Pahang, Kelantan and Terengganu, was created in 1939. It was previously known as Gunung Tahan Game Reserve in 1925, after the highest mountain on the Malay Peninsula, Gunung Tahan, but was then changed to King George V National Park in 1939. After independence in 1957, this protected area of 4,343 square kilometers was declared the National Park, or Taman Negara, as it is popularly called. Logging and development are prohibited. The Malaysian tropical rainforest is one of the oldest jungles in the world, believed to be 150 million years old, being spared the ice ages of geological past. This uninterrupted evolutionary history has produced a complex ecosystem. There exists a close interdependence between animals and plants. In this perpetual life cycle, every insect and animal depends on plants for their food, while the latter depends on the former for pollination and seed dispersal. The buttress roots support giant trees. The jungle of the National Park have many similarities with the tropical rainforests of South and Central America, Northwest Australia and Africa. Yet, the flora and fauna have many unique members found nowhere else. Where the trees lie rotting on the ground, beetles crawl in search of food. The rotten wood is masticated, where the wastes will eventually become food for plants. Thousands of species of insects in the Malaysian jungle, of which the beetle alone has many subspecies, will satisfy the curiosity of visitors and budding naturalists. From Kuala Tahan Camp, the starting point for our journey, one can see the distant hills in the bright tropical heat, with hardy trees clinging to numerous granite cliffs. Much of Malaysia's mountainous backbones consist of granitic rock beneath jungle cover. According to studies, there are about 1,000 species of butterflies in the highlands and lowlands of the park. A phenomenon that will appeal to visitors, poets, and the scientists alike. The Malaysian government strives to preserve the primary rainforest. More than 50% of Malaysia is still a pristine jungle. The logging of hardwood timber forbids the felling of young trees, and this helps the logged areas to retain its natural environment. About 1.5 kilometers away from Kuala Tahan campsite lies Bukit Teresik, 334 meters high. From the hilltop, the visitors can see a portion of the winding Tahan River, one of the two rivers that drain the park. The mountains that border the park can be seen in the distance, including Gunung Tahan, the highest on Peninsular Malaysia.
Now, never mind the tree, but look at the liana.
The tourist will need the services of park guides for their safety, not from wild animals, but from getting lost in the jungle. There is no need to fear wild animals, as they prefer to hide from man.
Come up from the ground, kind of water will flow out. You can collect and drink that. All right?
The branches of tree roots suspended from the branches and finally descend to the ground. There are 10,000 species of flora in the park. In some areas, palm trees jostle with each other for the sun. In other areas, they stand subdued under the huge shrouds of giants. Logging is controlled by the Forestry Department, but the national park is guarded by the Department of Wildlife and National Parks, Perhilitan. Wardens and rangers from the department track and record the various protected animals for study and preservation. There are 140 species of mammals, including the common ones such as elephants, tigers, deer, foxes, anteaters, apes, and tapirs. The park also has about 1,000 species of butterflies, 616 species of birds, 93 species of frogs, and 141 species of snakes. Indeed, the park is an ideal place to study animals and plants. There are still discoveries to be made by science, in spite of the 10,000 species of flora and 800,000 species of insects already known so far. The park is an ideal place for studies, for it promises much information. In places, the palm grows densely. In others, they are sparse. The noise of the cities gives way to whispering winds, whistling birds, and chirpy crickets. The ayam paga has a white face and red legs. The male bird has a luminescent blue-black plumage with spots of red on the back. The tail feathers are white. Its habitat is the lowland forests. The small streams provide life to plants and animals. The water is clear and unpolluted. Another bird is the argus, or kuang raya, between 30 to 80 inches long. The head and the neck are blue. The male has a long tail and wing feathers. It emits a high-pitched quaw-quaw call, about 30 times each call. The whistling bird is small and plump, found in the lowland forests, up to a height of 1,200 meters. Crawling on the ground and up and down the trees are long columns of ants, big and small, black and red, searching for food. They work tirelessly day and night, without rest. Walking the tracks require intense concentration, observation and listening. There are many things to watch. A butterfly sucking nectar. Or mushrooms washed fresh by the rain. On the ground, there is wild ginger. On the trees can be found fruits hanging from the trunks, food for the birds and monkeys. The naturalists have recently become aware of a new world at canopy level, which is inhabited by birds, animals and plants that never come down to the ground. At this height, there are beautiful flowers that are only seen when they wither and fall. So, the National Park authorities provide a kind of suspended bridge for visitors to view this treetop world. This canopy walk is 25 meters above the ground, 400 meters long, and consists of planks and ropes without the use of any nails. It enables the visitor to see above the jungle top for a wide, all-round view. One can see the tualang tree, the tallest in the world's rainforests. Standing about 50 meters high, the tallest recorded is in Sarawak at 83.3 meters, and it can live up to 250 years. It sheds its leaves in April to be immediately replaced by new shoots. The hornbill bird nests at high treetops. It can be heard but never seen. A subspecies nests on the tualang tree. On this observation platform, the visitors must wait patiently for animals to visit the salt licks. The animals get their salt supply from the various natural salt licks found all over the jungle, including the park. These are usually small muddy holes. The mammals only come during the short twilight hours and at night. They are shy and sensitive to man's presence and will disappear if frightened. For the use of visitors, the park authorities have constructed observation posts near the salt licks. The visitors will be rewarded if they can wait silently and patiently. Taman Negara, a biological, aesthetical and historical treasure house that is protected and preserved for universal mankind. A virgin jungle for the delight of generations to come.